Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a full house clean with me. So it's not going to be a deep clean, but it's going to be kind of tidying up every single room and cleaning as much as I can in every room whilst Adam has taken the two children out for a very long walk. It's mainly just to try and do the basic, and then next week I'll do a real deep clean on every room. But I thought I would film this because I haven't done a cleaning video in a very long time. So here it is. I got my cleaning clothes on, which is normally just an old t-shirt and leggings. So let's get started. As you can see, the kitchen is an absolute mess. Things have piled up and I really hate things sitting on the worktops. I like to have a really clean, fresh worktops. I'm going to start by just picking as much as I can up, get as many toys out of this kitchen as possible and make it look fresh again. I always start with the floor, so I'm going to take as many toys as I can that live in the living room into the living room and just have a good tidy up of everything that's on the floor. I then focus on the main island and just start putting away different things back into where they should go. Pollyanna's bib needed a good Dettol wipe down, and then that was put back in the cupboard. And then it's time to start decluttering the rest of the items on top of the island. Normally it's just things that go under the sink or in the cupboards, plates. At the moment the dishwasher's on, so plates that are left out from breakfast I'm going to put in the sink and wash up later on. There's still a few toys left on the floor to clean up, so I'm going to finish doing that. Anything that has to go upstairs I always just throw onto the stairs and deal with that later. I love these bar stools, but they are just such an easy place to throw things onto, and it drives me mad. When tidying, I really like to focus on corners, so I'm going to go into this corner, fix her high chairs. Blue's dog bowls had to be put away because they were moved to do a photo, and then these balloons that Pollyanna had for her birthday, it's time for them to go, so I'm going to pop them and put them in the bin. The bins are overflowing, so I'm going to take that out. And then before I put a new sack in, I'm going to fold up a square of kitchen roll and then add a capful of Sephora onto it, place it at the bottom of the bin and then add the bin bag on top. It just means that every time you open the bin, you're left with a really nice smell. I'm then going to finish putting away things that are on the other end of the worktop. It seems that this end of the worktop seems to just accumulate so much junk, and it really annoys me. So I'm going to clear all that and make sure there is absolutely nothing on the worktop apart from my flowers. Once it's all empty, I'll go in with a microfiber cloth and Dettol spray and spray the whole worktop and wipe it all down, making sure there are no stains or tough marks that have been left. Weetabix is such a pain to get off the worktop. Meet me with a middle scroll by the water hole, lucid dreams of you and me. I'll also give the taps a spray with Dettol and wipe them over. Oh, muscle tight, early light, cleanse down jaw. Then I go onto the cooker side of the kitchen and I wipe down everything, make sure I move the kettle and the Google Home and just give the kettle a good wipe as well. I really want a new kettle for this kitchen. It's been on my list for ages, I don't know why I've not done it. I then give the cooker a wipe. Normally I just use Dettol because it shines up quite well, but I didn't do this last night after dinner, so I have to go in with some elbow grease and a smiley scrub. Say my name or say it twice, shed this layer of everything. I Dettol the splashback and then give that a good wipe. This always gets really messy, even up in the highest corners. I make sure around the edge of the cooker is all cleaned, and sometimes it can get quite dirty, so I have to go in with my nail a little bit just to make sure that all the gunk is removed or any sprays of food have been removed. And then I'll wipe around my Tommy Tippy machine and the steamer and just make sure that they are all gleaming as well. I'm also going to take away part of the Tommy Tippy Perfect Prep and give that a really good clean in the sink. And then I go in on top of the cooker with a piece of kitchen roll just to dry it off and make sure there's no smears. These bottles of Calpol have been sat on the side for weeks and we're not even using them, so I'm going to try and find them a home in the cupboard. I'm just going to give the front of the ovens and microwave a wipe over just because they're not looking at their best from the outside. If I was doing a deep clean today, I'd make sure I cleaned inside all the ovens, but a deep clean will come another day. Normally all the dishes will just go in the dishwasher, but last night I forgot to put it on, so I've had to put it on this morning. So I've just got the breakfast dishes to clean up, which I'm going to do now, and then leave them on the side and dry them, and then after that I will do the bottles. And lastly, it's time to hoover the floors. For me, this is the worst job just because I feel like there's so much space. I always start in one corner and end in the other, so I'm going to move the chairs into the hallway just to make sure I can get under the island, because this is where most of the crumbs and dirt lies. Blue's dog bed that's currently in the kitchen, it should actually be in the living room, so I'm going to give that a good hoover out and take the cushion that sits on top outside into the garden and pat that down to get as many of the dog hairs off as possible, and then take it back to the place where it should be. If you're wondering why is there a freezer in the kitchen, that's because we have been social distancing and staying inside, so we've got this spare freezer in just to stock up as much food as we can and go to the supermarkets as little as possible. Wash me and cleanse me. After hoovering all the floors, I'm then going to go in with my Vileda 2-in-1 mop. I really love this. I also add a capful of Zoflora into this so that the house smells beautiful after using it. Moving on to the entranceway, this is where the pushchair normally sits, so I'm going to give that a good hoover. I've also changed the head of the Dyson so that I can get into some of the corners where the plaster has to be done around the door. It gets quite messy. And while the pushchair's not there, give it a go over with the mop as well. Now moving on to the living room, it literally looks like a bomb has hit it. I don't think I've ever seen our living room look quite so bad, so it's the perfect time to show you a little freshen up. As always, I'm going to start over here in this corner and put things back where they should be. I'm going to pick up as much as I can that's on the floor, start by picking clothes up that are hanging around. I don't know why or how clothes get left down here. Moving on to the other corner, there's just lots of toys to put away, and I know in a few hours it will be back looking the same, but I just like to start the day with a nice clean house. Then I'm going to go in with my Pledge fluffy duster, it's hard saying that, and dust around the table and the shelves. Not gonna waste our time. We're not gonna stress, not gonna make a mess. I'm gonna dettle the table in here and get as many marks off this table as I can. And lastly, I'm just going to give this room a quick hoover because Adam is almost home. It also made me realise how dirty this carpet is and how much I miss using Carpet Fresh, so I'm definitely going to try and pick some up next time we're due to do a shop. And that is it. Unfortunately, I only managed to get 2 rooms done while Adam was out with the kids, but stay tuned because there'll be a deep clean and also the other rooms will have to be done too.